American, black American, but black for him. We were born but hypnotized, and to this day our race cannot rectify who we are. Too black, not black enough. Jeremiah's wrong, right? Nigga, bitches, hoes, alright. Some rap games so influencing that. Gang life is a flight to the American dream for black folks. Welfare's gone broken. American jokes, and my future is dependent on an athletic destination, cause Brown versus Boards, desegregation was a hope, but for the last 300 years I was whipped if I sought an education. Black for can I am the writer to the poem and hit the lighter. I'm the fire through the wire, turn my mic, I'm the truth and not the liar. I inspire lyrical attire, dressed to impress, tattooed in my soul and not on my chest. So judge not my style, but what I confess. I came from brothers like MLK with a dream that Sigmund Freud can even analyze, where Malcolm X, Bella, the bullets and blast bullets are on brothers but blasted courage into millions of black youth. I came from bus boycotts, underground railroads, and martyrs like Emmett Till, who was innocence in Project C, where nonviolence was a plea and hope was spoken by leaders. NAACP, back to Booker T and Freddie D. I came from lynchings and burnings, from my ancestors working twice as hard just to receive their earnings. I came from an America that after decades kept turning to new hope, let loose from the ropes, died in the flesh, but came back in the spirit, free. I came from brothers like Ralph J. Bunch, Colin Powell, and Thurgood Marshall, the first in their fields, from military executives to Nobel Peace Prize to the Supreme Court responding to appeals. I came from a vision of justice that was real. I came from a vision of justice that was real. I am the writer to the poem and hit the lighter. I'm the fire to the wire, turn my mic, higher. I'm the truth and not the liar. I inspire lyrical attire, dressed to impress, tattooed in my soul and not on my chest. So judge not my style, but what I confess. Solid. Thank you guys. My name is Nate Howard. My whole mission is to tell your story before they do. That's the whole mission I've been spreading everywhere I go, to share a message. I have the gift of poetry and to speak, and I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to challenge you to be the greatest person that you can be. I moved back to San Diego 2 years ago. I grew up in Southeast San Diego. I went to the University of Southern California as a first-generation college student. And there I went to go live a dream. A couple days after my graduation, well, actually some days before my graduation, I was throwing a party to celebrate everything that was going on in graduating. The party got shut down at 2 o'clock in the morning. Officers came to my house and said we needed to shut the party down. But I guess we weren't moving fast enough. Officers grabbed me, put me to the wall, handcuffed me behind my back, and took me out to the squad car. Meanwhile, a party was going on across the street, mainly by white party goers. They were told to stay in the house and be safe while they would handle us over here. 70 plus LAPD officers showed up to my house. They arrested other people from my party. They made a barricade on 23rd and Hoover, right down the street from South Los Angeles. And this was the first time where I realized that I had to go out and speak, and that I had to really use my voice to talk about the issues that are going on today. So I came back to San Diego and I started a program called Movement B. Like Ronald, I'm really big on education, Movement B, right? And the whole goal there is just to inspire young people to find their voice, to tell their story. Right now I'm doing a lot of great things that I'm excited about. I work at a school called the Monarch School, which helps students impacted by homelessness in downtown San Diego. I'm doing work in my old high school, Helix High School. Yeah, Helix in the house. And then I'm at La Jolla High as well. I believe everybody has a story, and I believe we have to come together. Other than education, I'm really building and doing a lot of different things. I'm taking my spoken word poetry and I'm putting it into music. And so I've recorded a couple songs with an artist named Ty Dolla $ign. So his Beach House 2 intro, I'm on there. On his Beach House EP intro, that's me. And some exciting news that's not really out yet, but I'll be on his debut album. And this is the Beach House, or this is Free TC, and I'm going to be featured on there with Kendrick Lamar and Brandy. So that should be coming out sometime this summer. How many of you guys ever talked to somebody with bad breath before? So I want to tell you guys a story about somebody I talked to with bad breath and how it turned out. She was the world supermodel. Oh man, the sexiest woman on planet Earth. 5'6", nice hips, Fantasia lips. Oh, I had to talk to her. Couldn't let her go by, so as I strolled up to her and began to communicate. This is where I realized. This girl, she had bad breath. So sexy, so damn fine with bad breath. Do you get what I'm saying? No, I don't think you do. Because every time I try to get deep with a girl, she doesn't understand, she doesn't comprehend. We can't communicate because the message I try to send doesn't hit. And we end because she realizes that I'm not as ignorant as other men. Or should I say boys who have used her, abused her, confused her, think that she cannot receive respect. That she's not independent, no knowledge or intellect, that she's dependent on her physical attractiveness and sex. She's like most of the rest. She's failed my test. Where are the smart, goal-oriented, dream-like girls? Are there any left? Damn, all these girls got bad breath. I just want to talk. What are your goals? What are your dreams? Political debates and sports teams. I just want to talk. I just want to walk down a path. We'll use arithmetic and math to add up our ideas and turn a new beginning that can succeed and last. Let's just talk about the future, laughing at our past, breaking the glass of those who value all this intimacy of a love and commit. See, because most guys just want to hit, and I just asked you to value your mind and your tits, because girls like trying on shoes when none of them fit. And I'm not trying to be mean, but these girls need some Listerine, not a squirt, not a swallow, but go self-respect and dream. She's got bad breath, great looks, but nothing else. Physical attraction, sexual satisfaction, but she's half of a woman, so I'll call her a fraction. She's got bad breath, and it makes me furious, angry when I rate that. Such a fine-looking sister can't even communicate, so I'm stuck with Oprah and Condoleezza Rice, cause Michelle Obama's taking and I'm tired of faking these relationships. There's so many girls have forsaken the will of the right-hand woman who can speak for herself, who has a mind of her own and beauty and image full grown. See, because I don't need a dime, because 10 cents ain't worth shit. I need a girl worth the millions, the billions, the trillions, and worth all of it. Damn, this girl's got bad breath. This mother's making me sick. So sick, making me tick when I give her Tic Tac mousetrap. Wanted the girl fat and all the shut because no intelligence at all makes a girl real ugly. So you can have your supermodels and your sex freaks, because I'm looking for a strong, independent woman who knows how to speak. Dependent on herself to be combined together and be dependent on our wealth. If that's not you, then back in a pack of knowledgeable Tic Tacs and come back when you don't have bad breath. So just last year, I was in San Jose, and so I've been going through these times where I'm trying to discover who I am. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in this country, and I've been trying to fight it the best way possible. I was in San Jose giving a commencement speech at the San Jose State Black Grad, and a friend of mine, after the graduation, we went to a graduation party. And he decided to pee behind a building, which a lot of guys have done it, but he got caught. And officers grabbed him, took him to the cop car in San Jose State, about 4 or 5 officers. And I was already in an experience last year at telling you about the incident that happened at USC, where I was just really angry. I was angry at the world, I was angry at what was going on, and I had a lot of stuff that I hadn't dealt with. So as officers are grabbing my friend in San Jose, they're throwing him against the car, patting him down for drugs, which happens to a lot of people of color in these communities, which a lot of people don't truly understand. And so I spoke up and I asked officers what was going on. Why is this necessary? They told me to back up, and I did. But as soon as I backed up, officers grabbed me, threw me to the ground, pulled out a baton, and beat me repeatedly again and again. How many of you guys ever felt like you were worthless, like you felt destroyed at any point in time, like you felt like there was nothing? Anybody? Is it just me? Right? That's how I felt. Like I'm laying here on this ground, and I don't know how I ended up here. I was trying to use my voice and speak out, and here I am laying on this ground. So in any case, I go back to San Diego. I have all these bruises on me because they just let me go, and then I get a warrant for my arrest. And here I felt like I was the one who was beat, I was let go, and so long story short, this is stuff that I've been dealing with, and I've been in a discovery of who I am and how I handle these issues. I have to go back to San Jose in a couple of weeks to go to court. But with all this stuff in the media and the stuff that's going on, I wrote this poem to really speak truth of the revolution and how we begin to make change.
All right. Go in, bud.
Stop the propaganda. There is no message. Only economics dictating politics. And artificial progress made positive. This is not Diddy's Revolt, MTV, BET, your favorite reality show. The revolution will not be televised. I am not a social construct. I don't believe in hierarchy. Authority only made me obedient to a structure that never leveled me equal. I'm the rebel without a cause because I never needed a reason to fight for basic human rights. So don't call me an activist. I'm not here for your praise or for you to appropriate my words to make appropriate for girls with low self-esteem. Pigs, I know the prison industry is your biggest investment. Don't dismiss the fact that there are more blacks in prison than enslaved in 1850, and that the war on drugs is greater than the war on education. We give more sentences than actually teach them, and give hope for great careers if everyone has an equal opportunity to achieve them. I'm hungry for success, but I live in a food desert with Jack in the Box tacos, Big Macs, and Taco Bell nachos, cornered by liquor stores, drunk on your lies, starving on the truth, thrown up on the contradiction of why I became so inferior to you. Stop the propaganda. There is no message. Only economics dictating politics and artificial progress made positive. This is not Diddy's Revolt, MTV, BET, your favorite reality show. The revolution will not be televised. Rewind to the time of a force as strong as the Haitian Revolution. Rewind to the time when Nat Turner led a slavery vote, 1841. The narrative of Frederick Douglass, the narrative of Sojourner's Truth, and Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man. What's your power? Speak your truth. Show the youth that 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma was the epicenter of black business and expansion before the KKK looted and burned every home and business, destroyed and killed every potential of the city, and celebrated the lynching of another brother gone. I call that Dred Scott. Courts ruled we will never be free.
Let's go.
Courts overturned affirmative action to obtain a degree. I got my bachelor's, but I've been working for my master's since 1853. I am Maya Angelou's Caged Bird. I am Tupac Shakur's Concrete Rose. I am the Black Jesus with the Malcolm X soul, played by Sidney Poitier and the Denzel Road. Granted Oscar for Oscar Grant for all the fathers gun violence stole. Love and revolution, let the poetry unfold, so that the music speaks of a soul unsold. The time is now to stop the propaganda. There is no message. Only economics dictating politics and artificial progress made positive. This is not Diddy's Revolt, MTV, BET, your favorite reality show. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be internalized. And it starts with you. Stereotypes are a major problem in society today. A prejudgments and false rumors conflict our world as individuals take a soul and grab it, take a soul and stab it, take a soul and trap it in a type of stereo. May I offend? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm skinny. Yes, I'm fat. Yes, I'm white. Yes, I'm black. Yes, I'm this. Yes, I'm that. No, go. Because I'm the type of stereo that booms all the time. I'm the type of stereo that speaks to your mind. I'm the stereotype to the eyes that are blind. Because I'm black, I must carry a gun. Because I'm black, I must be a fatherless son. Because I'm Mexican, I must live by nuns. Because I'm Mexican, I must get pregnant before I turn 21. Because I'm not wealthy, I must live like a bum. Because I didn't get a 2400 on the SAT, I must be dumb. Cocky by the way I chew my gum. I'm ignorant because of my household income. You judge me, give the second finger from my thumb. You don't know me or what my life will become. I'm living my life to the beat of my own drum, so beat on yours and don't beat on mine, cause I'm the type of stereo that booms all the time. I'm the type of stereo that speaks to your mind. I'm the stereotype to the eyes that are blind. I'm Asian, so I must get straight A's. I hang out with a lot of girls, so I must be gay. I'm liberal, so I must be gay, cause I'm too feminine to be a man, I must be gay. I'm a theater thespian, so I must be gay. I must be a dyke, what a harsh word. But if I am, who are you to judge me on what my life is like? How can your judgments be right? So maybe they are. Psych, I'm Native American, so I must run around a fire screaming like a savage. I'm a guy, so sex, I gotta have it. I'm black, I see a person, I have to attack it. I'm Afghan, I see a plane, I have to hijack it. I'm a cocky varsity guy, because I'm wearing a varsity jacket. I must be ghetto, because my poetry's rapping. Dreads and braids, I must have aged, dying early in my grave. That was shot 10 times, if you with the Bloods and Crip gang. Not meant to be strange, but the stereotypical way. Because my clothes are big a little bit. I'm a slut because of heredity I have big. I'm Asian, so I have a little false judgments make me sick. Because I'm the type of stereo that booms all the time. I'm the type of stereo that speaks to your mind. I'm the stereotype to the eyes that are blind. I'm a redneck, so I love NASCAR. I'm Cuban, so I love rolling cigars. I'm a rich and white, so I love birdies and paws. I'm a